With more and more industries embracing digital features, it's not surprising to see the entertainment industry making moves in the arena as well. And Alec Shankman, who has represented many stars in the traditional sense, came up with the idea to create an online platform to connect talent to Hollywood. He, along with his business partner, put the idea into effect and developed GotCast.com. And the platform has taken off and grown into a very successful bridge between budding talent and agents, producers, and casting directors. And Alec is joining us right now to talk about this venture as well as the intersection between technology and Hollywood. Thanks for joining us today, Alec.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Well, for starters, in your own words, just tell us how the idea for GotCast came about.
Well, I was an agent for 6 years before I came over to GotCast. And really what we were seeing a lot of was a need for new, fresh-faced talent. But the problem was it was difficult for talent to break in. You know, there aren't a lot of great opportunities or options for them when it comes down to it. You can, wait for the American Idol bus to come through your hometown or hope that somebody discovers you on YouTube. But that's kind of it. So we were trying to come up with a way to bridge the gap between folks like myself at agency levels, casting directors, networks, etc., who needed to find these folks, and the millions of people all around the country that are dying to be discovered.
So for this service, anyone can sign up and use it?
Correct. Anybody can sign up, and it's free to sign up to create a profile and get started. We do have a paid component as well that gives you better tools and better access to a lot of the exclusive jobs, but anybody around the country can sign up.
That's great. Well, can you also tell us about Media Blaster and the social element that it brings?
Absolutely. So over the course of, the GotCast, we launched in early 2008. And it really initially launched more of kind of a slightly more social version of a monster.com, but specifically tied to the entertainment business. And what we started seeing is we added more and more social elements to it, like voting and commenting and things of that nature. The fans really, really embraced it extraordinarily well. So all of a sudden, when instead of just kind of submitting to be the new face of e-news online, we could have people vote for who they thought should be the new face of e-news online. And we were getting thousands of people to come and vote. And it became, in a roundabout way, almost more of an advertisement for e-news than even a casting call because of the viral nature. So what we ultimately built out was a much more scaled, white labelable version of it called Media Blaster. And through Media Blaster, we partner with all sorts of brands and networks, and we launch a lot of big campaigns for them. It's ranged from L'Oreal, Dove, Garnier Fructis, MySpace, True Religion, Jeans, Sony PlayStation, Virgin Gaming, a lot of really cool brands that have been involved with our platform in different capacities. And we're able to get millions of impressions and tens of thousands of registrations in each case.
So it's provided a revenue model then as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. So in those cases, every time we do a Media Blaster event, it's entirely free for anybody to register for it. And the brands actually pay for it and kind of qualify it as or classify it as an advertisement. So they consider it, a social media buy or an online ad buy. And the talent, what gets particularly interesting is it's very difficult for a brand to get a talent to, or anybody for that matter, to speak about the brand across Facebook and Twitter without getting paid for it or without having a really specific reason. But in this case, when you're saying, hey, I want to be the new face of Dove, come vote for me, and you're posting it on Twitter and Facebook and Google+, and then your friends go to vote for you and they sign up and they post the same thing, it gets really viral really quickly, and it's incredible for brands.
Right. Well, what about the intersection of technology and Hollywood? Can you talk about this and the challenges with it?
Well, Hollywood and Silicon Valley and really just technology as a whole, as technology takes over more and more cities, even like LA, they're merging quickly. And you're seeing a lot of different versions of that, the Hulus and Netflix and even YouTube with their channels, things of that nature. And in our case, we're actually merging the way that talent is discovered and the way that talent finds work with technology. And it's growing every day. The challenges still remain, as it relates to monetization, because Hollywood is a very, very mature business. And when you make a movie, there's specific ways how to make money on it. When you make a TV show, there's specific ways to integrate ads into it, so on and so forth. And talent agents, it's a setup system. You get an agent, they commission 10%. It's the way it works. But as more and more things move online and get integrated with, broad sweeping technology, it's different, and the monetization doesn't work exactly the same, and the business models haven't been flushed out and matured over the last 100 years. So I think a lot of folks are having trouble, at least initially, figuring out the right ways to make money doing it. But either way, there's a lot of integration now happening between the two industries, and it's pretty exciting.
Right. Well, it's clear that some people in the entertainment industry have embraced technology and new media, but there is still a long way to go. So how quickly do you see more adoption happening?
Well, I think it's going to be happening faster and faster and more, and the networks, the studios are very much motivated to kind of figure this thing out. The music industry was beaten up a little bit because while music as a whole, for example, is huge and iTunes is incredible and people are buying millions of songs online, the record labels kind of missed the boat on that.
Right.
And so, we're in a place now where in Hollywood and traditional talent, the TV actors, films, and the studios and production companies that work with them, they don't want to miss that boat. They don't necessarily want some online or digital or tech company coming along and stealing the model from them. So they're very motivated to figure it out. And, technology is growing like crazy every day. So it's going to be in the entertainment space, whether entertainment's ready or not.
Right, and I understand that you are trying to educate others in Hollywood about these issues with the new book that you have coming out this year.
Yeah, it actually just came out about a week ago, and this is more of it's just how to get an agent. So it's called Moving to Los Angeles, the ABCs of Getting an Agent. I released one back in 2010 that was how to make your Hollywood dreams come true.
Okay.
And in both cases, it's really just intended for folks around the rest of the country who they deserve to have access to this information. When you live in Los Angeles, a lot of it's readily available. You know what having an agent means. You know how to go about pursuing your career in most instances. And it's just kind of a pretty formal process. But it's pretty expensive to move to LA, risk everything, and give it a shot. In my case, I think all the information should be out there, and so I just put it all into one place and make it available to everybody around the country.
Great. Well, congratulations on that book.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Well, getting back to GotCast, what else can we expect from it going forward?
Well, we're constantly trying to figure out ways to incubate talent and incubate content and, figure out better ways to really bridge the gap between those content creators, the YouTube generation, the millions of folks that are all around the country that want to be discovered, and Hollywood. So we're expanding into new markets. We're now in 150 different markets and different territories, including Puerto Rico and Canada. We are, figuring out new and different ways to have brands get integrated into the site so that they have an upside in getting exposure to all of our hundreds of thousands of members, and in turn the members have really cool opportunities with those brands, be it spokespeople jobs, roles in commercials, roles at live events. And we're also coming up with just really fun ways to build our presence in the real world. So, for example, Donald Trump's Miss USA pageant this year in the Miss California competition, there was actually a Miss GotCast, and so talent got to compete on GotCast to win that sash. And MissGotCast.com was represented in that Donald Trump pageant, and it's really cool to see what we're doing online, start to have impact in real life.
Absolutely, it's a very exciting space, and thank you so much for sharing it with us, Alec.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and this is fun.
You're very welcome. And for more information on the talent service, visit GotCast.com. Reporting for WebPro News, I'm Abby Johnson.